Lord, Lieutenant Malohi, may I beg a moment of your time?
Are you really going to beg? I might enjoy that.
If my lord requires. I humbly ask my lord for the honor of speaking so that we might both serve the needs of the Empire.
Rise and report, Lieutenant. Something wonderful about absolute power over others.
I am glad my lord approves. At this moment, Lord Kaas is meeting with the Minister of War to make recommendations for our next moves against the Republic. I've prepared his reports, but he also desires a personal interview with someone involved in the recent fighting.
Tell me where to find your lord, and I'll be on my way.
He's in the Citadel. Please proceed in a timely fashion. It is only with the insight and wisdom of the Sith that we can hope to win this war and conquer the hated Republic forever.
Lord, I have reports from the conflict with the Republic.
You have my thanks. You are, if I'm not mistaken, the young Sith who took the Brental Star, yes? Tell me, what were your impressions of the Republic forces you fought?
They stood and fought to the last man. It was a glorious battle.
Then there will be many chances for glory in the days to come. I thank you for your insight in these reports. If you'll excuse me, I must study them before giving the Minister of War his marching orders.
I'm Commander Rylan, my lord. I apologize for my abruptness, but I'm afraid I must request assistance with an emergency. Something is stirring up the jungle beasts, which makes the route between here and Kaas City hazardous. Several individuals traveling on foot have disappeared. I've even had reports of jungle beasts attacking speeders.
I fail to see how this is my problem, Commander.
My lord, the situation is more complex than a few hungry predators. Permit me to explain. I dispatched 2 commando teams into the jungle to clear out the beasts, but they never returned. An emergency holo message came through from one of the team leaders. I'll play it for you.
Repeat. Landing beacons are emitting some kind of energy. Power surges are driving the beasts mad. Can't get close enough to reroute power. Lost my team. Beasts closing in. Need reinforced.
Sensors confirm unusual energy readings in the jungle. The spaceport's landing beacons appear to be the cause.
There's no mystery here, Commander. Destroy the landing beacons.
I can't do that. Without proper guidance, approaching starships can easily stray off course and crash into the jungle. I hesitate to ask, my lord, but if you reroute power on those landing beacons, the Empire will be most grateful. I'll track your progress from here. Return when you're done. Good luck. The jungle predators are fierce. Welcome back, my lord. Sensors indicate you rerouted power to all the landing beacons. Analysis indicates they were deliberately sabotaged to drive the jungle beasts insane. I am transmitting a full report to Kaas City. Please accept this and my deepest gratitude, my lord. I bid you good day.
Why are you blocking this road, soldier?
When the speeders were pulled off the line, people started braving the deeper jungle, trying to make it to Kaas City on foot. Had a few deaths, some of them VIPs. Captain Tolto sent us to keep people out and poke around a bit, see what's out there.
If someone is stupid enough to wander the jungles, they deserve what they get.
As you say, my lord, of course. But we follow the orders we get. We managed to take some data readings, even some hollows. Big nasty critters out there, nothing to mess with. Our runner, unfortunately, is down a leg from the experience. If you're headed back towards the spaceport, could you give the observation disk to Captain Tolto?
I have a few moments I can spare.
Appreciate it. The sooner he knows what's going on, the sooner we can warn people.
I have a report for you, Captain. It seems there are monsters in the jungle.
Thank you, my lord. You do us all a great honor by taking notice of our problems. This is what I needed. I'll start moving to warn everyone off that path until we can get some full cleanup squads.
Exactly as reported. A Degree 6 revolt, population equivalent to the Duros uprising on Zilior. Subjects occupy a moderate radius of jungle. Good. Good. Welcome, apprentice. Your timing couldn't be better. I am Lord Drow. When the Empire encounters resistance on its conquered worlds, they call me. I'm here to end the slave uprising on Dromund Kaas.
Welcome to the Imperial capital, my lord.
Just the right tone of obedience. You'll be an excellent asset here.
I wasn't aware there was a slave revolt going on.
Very soon there won't be. You can assist me in ending it. Situation is this. A Sith Lord was constructing a colossal statue of himself in the jungle. His slaves revolted and armed themselves. The Colossus remains unfinished, and well-armed slaves now control the jungle. An embarrassment for the Empire, but an opportunity for me.
Sounds like the perfect opportunity to thin the slave population.
Slave deaths will be a byproduct of my plan, but not the focus. I'm testing a toxic weapon, a poison called Quell. Its victims experience a prolonged state of agonizing pain before finally dying. The victims' allies are so horrified by Quell's effects, they lose their wills to resist. At least that's what I intend to prove.
That sounds worthwhile.
Yes, cowing the masses is a complex art. It requires a great deal of fine-tuning. I need someone to introduce a controlled amount of Quell into the slaves' water supply, so that I can determine the proper dosage. Work is dangerous, there will be armed slaves everywhere, but your success will be well rewarded. What do you say?
Anything for a fellow Sith.
Superb. Then let's get started. My assistant, Sergeant Slerin, will recommend the correct dosage of Quell and give you a supply. See him at the research tent.
If I know Lord Drow's tastes, which unfortunately I do, he sent you for the Quell toxin.
I'm helping him put down the slave revolt.
Do you truly understand what he's asked you to do? What if I told you this experiment is pointless? That past studies have shown increased suffering has no impact on the speed of surrender. This has nothing to do with accelerating the end of a rebellion. Lord Drow simply takes perverse thrill in gratuitous suffering.
I'm quickly losing interest.
Don't you see? Lord Drow compromises efficiency for his own twisted fixations. I want this assignment over with. The faster this rebellion ends, the faster I'll be reassigned to more important work. Serving Lord Drow's bloodlust has stunted my career. If not for his inefficiency, I'd be a captain by now.
You'd still just be a meaningless Imperial drone.
Perhaps, but a better paid Imperial drone, with more authority. Lord Drow's dosage of Quell toxin will have slaves writhing in agony for pointless weeks, during which this area will remain volatile. I've prepared a dose that will kill the slaves efficiently, which is better for the Empire and for me. Will you deliver my dosage instead?
I want these renegade slaves to pay for disobeying the Empire.
You're not merely prolonging the slaves' agony, but my own as well. Committed to your work, aren't you? Very well. Take the Quell toxin and inject it into the slave camp's water filtration systems. See Lord Drow for your payment when you're done.
You delivered the exact results I hoped for. Quell is like an imbibed torture device infesting those rebel slaves. It's exhilarating to see the effects on the survivors who can only stand by and watch helplessly.
Domination of the weak is always an exhilarating experience.
Truer words have seldom been spoken. Quell toxin will be a great asset to the Empire. Uprisings will end painfully and decisively. You've earned your reward, my friend. Now go. I have horror and despair to observe and chronicle.
Lord? Look at them out there. They're like animals. Hundreds of slaves with no one to command them and without a thought in their minds as to what to do with their freedom. Like I said, the slaves are animals. But we've noticed strange behavior in the pack, and my superiors want to know more. Some of the slaves are killing each other. We don't know if they're mad or hungry, desperate, or if there's a faction of slaves who've turned on the rest.
I see no problem here.
Well, it might not matter, but we want to know for certain what's going on. We know that the killings are ritualistic. The murderous slaves come in the night, stab their foes, and paint themselves in blood. If you could investigate, catch them in the act and take them down, maybe you could find a clue to their motives.
Slaves will give up their knowledge to me.
Look for any slave who's turned on his peers. With luck, he'll lead us to answers.
You are not the initiate. You are Sith. You honor us with your presence, mighty lord. Welcome to our prison.
Start talking. But move wrong and I kill you.
You want explanations? I am Traga Unvor, leader of the Unchained. I am master of my hatred. When the other slaves broke free, I laughed. Like you, I knew their escape was a delusion, for only Sith possess true freedom.
Either way, you're still stuck here.
To leave would have been to die in the fire of Imperial blasters. I had other plans. I saw a chance to prove myself. I culled weak from strong. I began to kill and to teach. I showed slaves freedom through bloodshed. Now my followers and I are the masters here. And soon, we will become Sith ourselves.
I'm guessing insanity runs in your family.
Look how these pathetic free men tremble at the sight of me. Now, glorious Lord, you can spread word of us to the Empire. Give us your blessing, and we shall serve. Carry our message of allegiance to your masters, and we will become the new face of the Empire. We will be champions of the dark side.
You're nothing but a murderer. What you're doing is disgusting.
My lord, how can you say this? All we've done, the blood we've spilled, it has all been for you. Tell us then, how else may we achieve true strength and respect of the Sith?
It's too late for that. Crawl into a hole somewhere and give up.
But we believed. I believed. I will spread your message to the others. We will do as you say.
It's good to see you back. I knew those slaves couldn't hold their own against you. I take it you managed to track down one of the murderers. What's their story? Can we use them?
No. Not without lowering ourselves to their level.
Fair enough. We needn't to mar our dignity by associating with filth.
No. But they've been dealt with. They won't cause any problems.
That's a pity. It's foolish, I guess, to expect anything useful to come from the minds of slaves.
They were crazy. They thought they were Sith.
What? The arrogance! We'll make sure their delusional heresies don't spread. I talked to my superiors while you were gone, and they agreed to compensate you for your work. So, here. More credits than I make in a week. I'd ask you to stick around in case the slaves cause more trouble, but I suppose you have other responsibilities.
It would have been nice to put an end to this rebellion.
We'll find another way to put those animals down. If the uprising gets out of control, one quick orbital strike will always solve it. Good luck to you then, and thank you again.
Finally, someone who can keep their head in a crisis. Rebel slaves hit my team in the jungle. They stole weapons, supplies. As if that wasn't bad enough, the idiots ransacked our spires for parts. Without those components, we've got a lightning spire building up dangerous energy levels. It'll crater half of Kaas City if it blows.
Unfortunately, this is where I get off.
Wait, the Empire needs someone with your talent. Most of my men ran off. Some tried to reclaim the spire parts, but the rebels cut them down. I came back here for reinforcements. We need to recover the components the rebels stole and get that lightning spire back online before it goes critical.
The rebel scum will wish they'd never touched the spires.
Excellent. I'll hold off raising the alarm for a while longer. The rebels are camped along the river. Blast them down, pry the stolen components from their hands, and then reinstall them at the spire. If the river runs red with rebel blood, I'll throw in something extra.
You can relax. I replaced the spire components.
I was just about to call in evacuation orders for the city. Well done. The rebel slaves will think twice before tampering with Imperial property again.
Sorry, Lord. I would find the supervisor for you, but talking to those spacers has already put me behind schedule. Ugh, that crew just wouldn't leave. They kept asking for supplies. Do I look like a quartermaster?
You're not very good with people, are you?
I'm sorry, my lord, but those people would have tested even a Sith's great patience. I sent them to the next camp over. Director Nashal there loves boasting about their superior equipment. So he can share it. I can give you the camp's location if you like.
I will investigate this.
There. It's not far. Hopefully you'll catch them before they leave.
Finally, somebody armed. I couldn't do anything. It was a group of spacers. We were helping them and they attacked us. I ran in here when they shot Nashal, but I heard them talking. I think they're Republic spies.
You are an imbecile.
You're right. It's stupid to be so trusting of strangers. They ransacked the camp for supplies and uniforms, even stole identification off each body. Then they found one of our maps. We'd located a hidden cave at the bottom of the waterfall nearby. They could regroup there and shoot anyone who gets close.
I can't wait to start killing.
We need our uniforms and IDs back. Our supplies reclaimed and those spies destroyed. Please. The security of the Empire is at risk. Supplies? And the uniforms too? I thought it would take a whole platoon to handle those infiltrators.
I did nothing noteworthy.
Still, it couldn't have been easy. Thank you.
Useless bureaucrats. Let them come here and do my job for a while. Forgive me, my lord. I didn't see you there. I'm Sergeant Mulcaris, 3rd Recon Company. Are you here about the bounty on the jungle predators?
Do I look like a bounty hunter to you?
Oh, definitely not, my lord. No offense intended. I've been in charge of protecting the slaves from predators since my superior was gored by one. There are too many beasts for us to handle. I requested assistance from Kaas City, but all they did was put a bounty on the jungle creatures, which hasn't helped us at all.
I don't see why not.
The only people who responded to the bounty were a pair of Mandalorians who promptly got themselves eaten.
I'm glad I'm not you.
This isn't about me. I knew what I was signing on for when I took this post. The slaves can't do their jobs until these attacks stop. Work at the camp has ground to a halt. If you could thin out the predator population, it would make a huge difference for us.
I think it's time that I be going.
If you kill the jungle predators, take the proof to Administrator Reese in Kaas City. She's paying the bounties on them.
What is that disgusting stench? Oh, by the stars, what are you doing with all those rotting animal parts? No offense, my lord. I'm not sure what's going on. Why would you bring all these carcasses into my office?
The predators plaguing the work camp are no more.
What? Oh, you mean... Oh, I just didn't expect anyone of your stature to collect on that bounty. The Empire is, grateful for the extraordinary lengths you went to. Enjoy your reward. I'll take these beast parts and put them anywhere but here. Thank you for your help.
Second of your time, please. Minder 20, Imperial Intelligence.
You have me confused with someone else.
Not at all. Our files are very thorough. You're a new face on Dromund Kaas. That presents a unique opportunity and a small window in which to use it. I need you to meet a man. Go where he says and do what he asks. There's little danger. But you must not question him.
I'll play your game. But if this is some sort of setup, I'll hunt you down.
Of course, my lord. The man is named Mander, and he is in a local cantina. Tell him the Lord of Sorrow sent you. Good luck. We will not speak again.
Mander, the Lord of Sorrow sent me.
Listen carefully. I can say this once. A Chiss security officer stands at the bank. Hand him this gambling chip. He will give you a small item and further instructions. Now walk away casually.
I have a gambling chip for you.
And I have a package for you. Do not open it. Better if you don't even look at it. There is an NK line droid. I'll show you where to find it. The package goes there. Long live the Emperor.
I have a package for you.
For me? How wonderful. And I, in turn, have something for you, to show appreciation. If we have not caught the Republic's attention with this sequence, they simply aren't paying attention. Empire forever.
7 brutal, bloody murders, 7! And the killer is allowed to walk free? Decent, law-abiding citizens, loyal servants of the Emperor are being slaughtered. And what do our security forces do? Nothing. I've seen the killer myself, but the authorities say I don't have enough proof. I demand justice!
I think it's time you got a life. Why are you yelling at me?
I apologize for raising my voice, my lord, but these murders cannot go unpunished. Not when the killer is so obvious. Several days ago, I spotted a bounty hunter following people seemingly at random, but pointing a strange device at them. The descriptions of the murder victims exactly matched the people the hunter was following. He's behind these brutal killings, I know it!
Only a coward kills defenseless people from the shadows.
And only a brave guardian like you can bring the coward to justice, my lord. I followed the killer this morning. Saw the filthy alien skulking into the Mandalorian enclave. Someone called him by name, Renegan. This bounty hunter must learn the Empire doesn't tolerate alien scum like him killing its citizens. He needs to be punished.
Got a shuttle to catch. You mind getting out of my way?
You've been found guilty of murder, Renegan. Any last words? Fleeing the scene of your crimes, Renegan?
Just my luck. 10 seconds later and I would have been off this blasted planet. You've been listening to Wrightson. Great. Listen, I didn't murder anybody. I was just hired to tag some random citizens, that's all.
How can I be sure you're telling the truth?
I admit I've killed plenty in my time, but I've never murdered anybody. I was hired by a group of Sith to organize games for them. Didn't realize what that meant until bodies started piling up. When I confronted them, they laughed. Said Sith have a birthright to hunt lowlives. It's like a sport to them.
I'd rather face an armed and dangerous foe.
A battle without honor is no battle at all. Glad somebody still understands that. I'm in over my head and too many people are watching me now, so I can't even leave. I need help, and I'm willing to pay for it. You interested?
Tell me what I can do for you.
I just want this problem to go away, and I only see two ways for that to happen. Either get rid of the loudmouth pointing fingers at me, or end that sick game the Sith are playing.
I'll eliminate the man who sent me. Never liked him anyway.
Poor scum. Should have minded his own business. Take this hunter tag. Use it on that nosy scumbag. He'll become my client's new target. When you're done, come back here, and I'll have your payment ready. Tag that screaming idiot, huh? Only a matter of time before the Sith pounce on him. It's not gonna be pretty. Doesn't bother you getting that guy killed?
Why should I care about an insignificant fool like him?
Everybody's somebody, right? Poor scum probably has a family.
My business is none of yours.
No point second-guessing what's already done, huh? I can see that.
I'm just relaying information.
I tried to tell myself the same thing about those other victims. I'm not happy, but it was either him or me. He should have kept his mouth shut. Here, this is every credit I have. Thanks for the help.
To be respected, you know. My word carried weight. One tiny mistake and suddenly no one trusts me. My troops were acting strangely, plotting something. Obviously they were traitors, all the warning signs were there. The smart move was to kill them all. How could I know they were planning a surprise party for my promotion?
Are you always this forthcoming?
Sorry, I've been in the jungle too long. Forgot my manners. I'm Captain Georg with Imperial Reconnaissance.
I'm sure it was an honest mistake.
My men did a good job of keeping me in the dark. Too good, the blasted idiots. You have to listen to me. This time, I'm not being paranoid. This time, I've identified a major threat to Imperial security. There are Kaas spies all over the jungle, and they're invisible. You can only see them when lightning flashes disrupt their stealth technology.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Just like my superiors dismissing me because of a simple past mistake. You have to believe me. The Empire's enemies are up to something. The Kaas are here assessing our strengths and weaknesses for them. I just know it. Scour the jungle, watch the lightning flashes, and strike when you see a Kaas. Kill the snouted scum and bring me proof. Ha! A holocommunicator with Kaas markings on it. This will shut up those fools calling me paranoid. With this, I'll finally prove there are spies all around us. My superiors can't ignore this kind of evidence. You've done a great service for both me and the Empire, my friend. Take this, and my thanks.
Finally someone who will understand, or maybe even assist me in my work. My idiot apprentices got themselves killed during a simple ritual, and they still have the runes I entrusted to them. They just had to summon a dark side beast, a Sith spawn, and bring it to me. I even researched the artifact to bind it. Could you help?
Sith spawn aren't known for their gentle disposition.
Incompetent assistants are my greater problem. You seem different. Oh, you'll need to subdue the Sith spawn before the artifact can bind it.
I break beasts' necks in my sleep.
Get the runes from my apprentices' bodies and take them to the archway in the jungle. The artifact is hidden there. It'll guide you. Well, don't just stand there. Go and get my Sith spawn.
Hold your position, please, and keep your weapon holstered. The remotes are scanning you now. You check out. Sorry, my lord. We're on the lookout for anyone with Lord Grathan, and I'm sick of letting him stomp on my people.
My lightsaber is the only authorization I need to pass.
With respect, being Sith doesn't get you a pass here. Not when it's one of your own who's the problem. Look, stick around a minute. I don't know if you're familiar with the situation, but Grathan's a nightmare. The Sith Lord's gone rogue. He's holed up in his estate past the wall. He's got weapons, shields, and a cadre of scientists developing new tech to use against us. Grathan wants respect and authority from the Dark Council, so in true Sith fashion, he turned on his masters to prove his power. As a result, we have to put up with this lunacy. So if you're here to cause Grathan problems anyway, you might help us out.
I live to serve the Empire.
Here's the story. There are nearly 100 men assigned to this sector, some on the wall, some watching Grathan. 20 are missing. My men. Practically my kids. Grathan stole them, and I want them back.
If your men can't protect themselves, why should I help?
Plus, we're talking about Imperial soldiers. I don't know what Lord Grathan wants with them. Maybe he's holding them hostage just to demoralize us, who knows? But if you're heading to Grathan's grounds, help them get out. Tell them to report back to their Duchess. That's, what they call me.
Duchess? You'll have to explain that.
You try making it as an officer without getting tagged with a nickname. I've got reports saying that Grathan's been transporting prisoners to another wing of his estate. I don't know if it's my people he's moving, but it's worth checking out. Watch yourself. Grathan doesn't mess around.
Authorization. System cannot identify. Please don't go! Please don't go! What's happening? Are you with Lord Grathan? Are you invading? System cannot identify.
You're awfully emotional for a heap of machinery.
You don't... I am not a machine. I'm not a droid. System cannot stop. Reassigning priorities. Operating number 2188697. Please, did the Duchess send you? Please help me.
Something's wrong with your programming, droid.
Running diagnostic. Stop! The programming is unfinished. Please don't issue commands. It hurts so much. Grathan's people took us prisoner for experiments. The scientists cut open our heads, put us in droids. Identification model OHK99. They program us for advanced intelligence. Enhanced combat tactics. Now my body's lying dead across the room. I can see it.
This mad science is nothing next to the Force.
Then destroy it. Destroy this technology. I'm the last. The others have all been converted. They can't talk, can't disobey. But I know they can still think, feel. Please listen. You could disable us all. Send the shutdown command from our central command console. Please. You could put an end to this. Use the command console. I can't go with you, motor and combat systems non-functional. Please, make it stop hurting.
Oh, I guess I have to thank you for returning my soldiers. My soldiers who've been tormented and put in droid bodies. My soldiers whom I didn't even recognize at first. You brought them back to me.
They'll serve the Empire better than ever now.
They'll certainly be loyal, and they've sure got firepower, but that's secondary. They're missing their minds. They'll take orders, but they can't think like people anymore. Not your fault, I get that. Blast. But looking at those droids makes me sick.
Find some self-respect, worm. Military has scientists, resources. Someone should be able to aid them.
The Science Bureau wants them for research. Moff Goran wants them for a special strike team. Whatever's left of their lives won't be pretty. Best thing to hope for is that with time they don't remember what's happened. Hope that their brains shut down completely. Blast it all. Anyway, you've earned your pay.
You've made my superiors very happy. Those men.
Your attitude serves you poorly.
Understood. You won't hear it again.
Lucky to be alive after all they've been through.
One way of looking at it, I guess. I'll see you around. And anyway, I need to contact these droids' families.
Have to be very careful. Lord Grathan's eyes are everywhere. He's suspicious of all strangers. He must be blind to our doings.
I'll be very quiet. But you should tell me what you're doing here.
Good. Can't have the mission ruined by some chatterbox alerting Lord Grathan to my presence.
Show some respect, Imperial.
Sorry, my lord. I meant no disrespect. I get carried away with myself sometimes with the mission. Grathan's trouble, see? Big trouble. Mad scientist type, likes weapons, cyborgs, droids, ergonomic chairs. My mission's to keep an eye on him, watch for anything suspicious. But I don't know what you're doing here.
I have business with the Rogue Lord.
Business, eh? Like killing business, I suspect. You got a glint in your eye, like maybe you're not paying a friendly visit. See, my orders are to keep my distance and not enter Lord Grathan's place or cause any kind of ruckus. But I'm supposed to see about a certain prototype turret design the Rogue Lord supposedly acquired. Empire wants it for mass production.
What's so special about this turret?
I don't know specifics, only that it's supposed to be pretty powerful. Lord Grathan's got the turrets hidden inside somewheres. I'd go looking for them myself, but orders are orders. I have to stay put. Since you're going in, you could maybe poke around and see if you can't find the plans to those turrets.
Now you'll see what a Sith is capable of.
Good deal. That's the spirit. The thing is, you never get past the turrets unless you take out a guard and get a security badge. The security badge transmits a signal that tells the turrets the badge holder is friendly. So the op is, get a security badge off a guard, find those turrets and grab the plans. Easy, right? I'll be keeping an eye out here, right where you found me.
Oh no! Oh, this is a disaster! Simply terrible! Somebody has to stop me! Somebody has to stop me right now!
You're a big droid. Stop yourself.
Oh, if only that were possible! I'm programmed to understand over 100 languages and dialects, and in not one is the phrase on fire positive when referring to a person. Why of all droids I was chosen to maintain these awful things and protect their schematics, I will never understand. Oh, if only I didn't have this terrible restraining bolt restricting my actions. I'd destroy the plans to those turrets in an instant.
Wait, you have the plans to these things?
The turret schematics are stored within my databanks. If the restraining bolt was removed, I could delete them, ensuring that no more turrets could be built. It's the next best thing to disabling the turrets themselves. If you value organic life, you will remove my restraining bolt and let me destroy the schematics once and for all.
I'm downloading the plans for the Imperials.
If you're insistent on it, there's nothing I can do. After all, I'm not programmed for combat. If it were up to me, organic species would not be allowed to do such horrible things to each other.
Not your choice to make.
No, I'm not programmed for war or violence at all. And furthermore, it's a good thing I don't have a stomach, because watching Lord Grathan's test subjects burst into flames would be more than I could handle, I think.
Wait, you're back. I take it you have the plans to the turrets, then? Can't wait to lay me eyes on them. Can't wait to take them back to the Empire.
I pried them from the databank of a cold, whiny droid.
Don't care how you got them. Just that you got them. This is great news. These turrets are the future of Imperial anti-personnel weaponry, and Lord Grathan wanted to keep them all to himself. And we showed him. Can't wait to try these out on some Republic scum. Good work.
Yes, a violent intruder laying waste to Lord Grathan's compound. I applaud you. I'm Ismar Brengel, one of Lord Grathan's indentured scientists. I'd like to make your destruction of this place highly profitable.
Why should I trust you?
Because I despise Lord Grathan with the fiery heat of 1,000 Tatooine deserts. 3 years ago, Lord Grathan lured me to work for him. He promised great opportunities in exciting fields of study. Instead, I became a prisoner, slaving on freakish creations Grathan uses to advance himself. It's a thankless existence.
You must act on your hatred and kill Grathan.
Kill him? Don't be absurd. He's untouchable to someone like me. I'll have to settle for stealing from him.
If it doesn't involve me, I couldn't care less.
Yes, I'm just getting to that part. Grathan cybernetics researchers, a sadistic bunch of scum, developed cyborg body parts that regenerate. The technology will revolutionize warfare. It's worth a fortune. I have a buyer looking to manufacture a cyborg army. You'll get 60% of my profits if you steal the cybernetic researchers' files.
For terms that generous, I think we can do business together.
Excellent. You won't be disappointed. There is a catch, of course. You'll have to activate the main console by sending override commands from the remote terminals. Grathan protects his computers with lethal security forces, war droids, cyborgs, even genetically engineered weapons. Expect heavy resistance.
I will destroy anything that crosses my path.
I have no doubt of that. Take this data spike, insert it into the main console at Grathan's central lab. The spike will download all the data we need. When you're done, bring me the spike. I'll arrange its sale and transfer credit to your account. Go now, be swift.
Stop! You must not steal that precious data, I implore you. Were I not locked in Grathan's science dormitory, I'd face you in person. I can only hope the passion of my plea convinces you. I'm Lannister Drogue, lead researcher of Lord Grathan's Cybernetics Division. That data you're stealing is my life's work.
I'm glad I'm not you.
Please, you don't fully grasp the significance of my work. Let me explain.
There'd better be a point to this.
I realize you have no reason to indulge me. Thank you for the chance to defend my creation. I'm the creator of Project ARC, Automatic Regenerating Cybernetics. I've developed mechanical body parts that grow and heal like actual flesh and bone. Making better soldiers is an obvious application, but my dream is to give these lifelike replacement limbs to the victims of war.
Tell it to someone who gives a damn.
Don't you see, this technology should be used to heal, not create more killing machines.
The more powerful our army, the faster the Republic falls.
What about the common Imperial citizens maimed by this war? Surely they matter as well. Lord Grathan encrypted my research notes to prevent duplication, but that data spike will download everything and erase the original. You're taking the only copy. Please don't steal that data. Allow me to continue healing the sick.
Healing the unfortunate is worth more than money.
Wonderful. You've restored my faith in others. Although we still have a problem. Unless they think you succeeded, whoever sent you will certainly try again. Download some other data from that console. Anything, it doesn't matter. Deliver the spike as you promised. By the time your contact realizes the truth, my real data will be safely secured elsewhere.
You're lucky I'm indulging you.
I'm thankful I caught you on a good day. Thank you again. Deliver the false data, and everything should be all right.
You've returned. The sounds of battle echoing through the compound was like music. Made me want to dance. Well, don't leave me in suspense. Did you download the cybernetics data? Are we going to be rich?
It's all yours. Enjoy.
Finally! Oh, I've waited so long for this moment. Everything is in place. I'll send the data spike to my contacts so they can extract and verify the data. It'll be raining credits before you know it. I'm so grateful you crossed my path. You've made my dreams come true.
Fulfillment of any fantasies was unintentional, believe me.
I'll take it however I can get it. Once my contacts authenticate the data, you'll see a sizable deposit of credits. Let's hope we got everything off that console.
For the last 3 days, a series of transmissions left Dromund Kaas and were received by ships orbiting a nearby asteroid. These transmissions contained safe landing coordinates for the planet's surface and security codes to bypass the orbital defenses.
The time for action is now.
Just so. Several hours ago, small shuttles built to avoid sensor detection began to land and deliver troops to the planet's surface. These troops are brutal alien mercenaries of the exiled Lord Titonus. Students of Sith politics will remember she was the rebel who declared her own kingdom on Begarin.
There is only one ruler of the galaxy, and that is the Emperor.
Which is why Lord Titonus must be brought to heel. Lord Titonus has judged her timing perfectly. With so many of our forces off-planet, it is possible she could take Kaas City if she lands her entire mercenary army. We must stop her shuttles from landing and beat back her forces. I've thrown every resource I have down there already. Now it's up to you.
This would never have happened on my watch. Ah, my lord, it's good to see that the Sith haven't let things slide. Not like the rest of this circus of an empire. First, it's slave rebellions in the jungle. Then this. We wouldn't have allowed these kinds of things 30 years ago.
So serious, get help from the Imperial military and leave me alone.
There isn't time for that. I was sent to this construction site to investigate unusual behavior among the droids. I wasn't here long when one of the units attacked me. I barely escaped with my life. But worse than that, I found this transmitter on the droid.
This means nothing to me.
It's apathy that's destroying this empire from the inside out. I warned my superiors what would happen if they continued to be lax about this planet's security. Someone, an independent interest, a rogue Sith Lord, is using these droids to broadcast Kaas City's schematics to an off-planet location.
I don't have time for this.
That kind of lackadaisical attitude is what's bringing this empire down.
I find whoever is behind this, they will learn what becomes of those who cross the Sith.
I hope you do. But with all respect, I think it's important that we stop the outgoing flow of information first. We need to get those transmitters. If we can remove enough of them from the droids, it'll make the data they're sending unintelligible. The sooner we get those transmitters out, the better. This information can't end up in the hands of our enemies. Already? And you have the transmitters?
Just take them already.
Well, what do you know? And here I was starting to think efficiency had gone out of style. I owe you thanks. If you'll give me a moment, I'll upload the data to High Command and we'll see what's what. This is worse than I ever would have imagined. Lord Grathan's behind this. He has to be.
I know Lord Grathan and his wife. A scheming, troubled family.
He's covered his tracks well. We won't be able to prove it, but Lord Grathan has been sending security codes and planetary readouts off-world. Everything an invading army would need. Major Shellister is already en route to the probable invasion site with every soldier he can find. They'll meet you just across the bridge. Hurry.
I'm here. Where is this invasion Captain Eisen was so sure was happening?
It's happening, my lord. And how?
Can you sense it, my lord? Something out there? I wish it were in my head, but I know it's real. Please excuse me. It's these long nights, excavating relics near the Dark Temple. I'm Major Swain Lothar, Imperial Reclamation Service. My team uncovered several significant artifacts at a nearby dig. That's when things started going wrong.
You reek of fear.
I lead dig teams. That's all I'm trained for. First, it was strange noises from the temple, then figures lurking nearby. My team didn't like it, but I told them to push on. Now they're days overdue, and I owe a report to Lord Duan. But I can't go out there. I need someone to find them, make sure the artifacts make it.
Nothing gets under my skin.
Wish I could say the same for myself. My team's still in those caves. Whatever's happened, please bring those relics to Lord Duan. He's overseeing a small camp by the Dark Temple.
I've only a moment to rest. Those things from the Dark Temple are attacking again. Jez thinks they're drawn to the artifacts. I bet he's right. They went berserk the second we packed everything up to leave. It's time to make a stand. If those crazies want our relics, they'll have to kill us first.
Your archaeologist team is dead. Killed for the relics they uncovered. I have them now.
Interesting. The Dark Temple's presence continues to surprise and fascinate. I'll quarantine the artifacts for future study. A shame we lost the whole team. At least it wasn't a total loss. After all, we got what we came for.
I'm pleased to have served.
Whatever secrets these pieces hide, we'll find them. Thank you.
I've sent 3 separate expeditions into the Dark Temple. Not one has returned.
I can't say for sure what's going on, but people who go in there, they don't come back.
Show some respect to your betters.
Then you are everything I could have hoped for.
Here, I thought bravery was a requirement for the Imperial military.
Maybe if you think being scared of something that kills Sith is unreasonable. You can survive the Dark Temple. I beg you to do me, and more importantly, the Empire a favor. The expeditions I sent in were looking for specific data. I can spare the manpower, they were slaves mostly, but the data is essential.
You don't have the authority to give me orders.
You're absolutely right. But please consider that you'll be doing a valuable service for the Empire, and you'll be extremely well rewarded. All I'm asking is for you to find the data the expedition collected. If all you find is bodies, bring back their data pads. This information is vital to future construction on Dromund Kaas. Please help.
Stop talking, I'll do it.
I'll mark the location the expedition last signaled from on your map. It's the best I can do.
You dare approach the great Nil Venerus, Lord of the Sith, Master of the Undying Darkness. Answer me. What insolence brings you to this place, slave?
You talk big, but I smell your fear. You're no Sith.
What? You're not afraid of me?
Went too far. Please accept my apology.
Then watch how you approach. Nil Venerus is Lord of Domains, Master of Dominions. You are nothing in his sight. Now tell me, weakling, who has sent you here and why?
I'm guessing insanity runs in your family. The Master of Data Collection Expeditions sent me.
Data? Data? Perhaps I can help you gather this data. My followers do much research in these catacombs. But the help of the great Lord Venerus comes at a price.
You act as if you don't know how easily I could kill you. I will do whatever you ask, my lord.
Listen well. I may part with my followers' research, but you must do something for me in exchange. Nil Venerus's enemies are many, and they have stolen my symbols of power. I want you to venture deep into enemy territory and bring the symbols back to me.
How will I know these symbols when I see them?
They are ancient objects marked with the sign of Nil Venerus.
Whatever you say, Lord Insanitus.
Insult me again and it will be for the last time. Now go. You will have your data when you return with the symbols of my power. My network of spies reports that you crushed my enemies underfoot and found the symbols of power I requested.
Just give me the data so I can leave this place.
I had not forgotten. I, too, have been very busy. Here is the data my servants collected before the temple transformed them. Let the Empire make of it what they will.
Enjoy your empire, while it lasts.
Actually, that reminds me. There's one last itty-bitty little thing you can do. You see, power is useless without subjects. So, I'd be grateful when you turn in the data, you'd encourage the Imperials to send more expeditions my way.
You're really every bit as conniving as the real thing. You know that?
Yes. I do think I've finally found my true calling. I can assure you, my gratitude if you send more slaves to be my followers will not be insubstantial.
The only thing more powerful than the Dark Temple. Any luck getting that data?
Here's your data, as promised.
Hey, you actually came through. Can't say I was expecting that. Can't say it's not a relief. Now we can finally stop sending expeditions in there, wasting all those slaves who should be building monuments to the Empire.
Slaves shouldn't be collecting data anyway.
My superiors may feel differently, but I tend to agree with you on that point. Anyway, I believe that concludes our business here. Goodbye then, and thanks for the data. Your service to the Empire will not be forgotten.
At last, the Dark Council has answered my petitions and sent a powerful fighting Sith to help secure the temple.
I'm just here to check the plumbing.
Of course, I've been ignored again. How stupid of me. If you're here, however, you must have the authority to enter the Dark Temple. You could still save this planet.
What are you babbling about, old man?
You're a brave one, aren't you? Or is it that you sense my weakness? But not everything grows weaker with age. The Dark Temple is ancient, built during a previous incarnation of our empire. 1,000 years ago, our own emperor buried his enemies here. These enemies remain powerful, even in death, which is why the temple was sealed. But now, something terrible has happened.
I don't like where this seems to be going.
With the Emperor's attention elsewhere, a group of ambitious but ignorant Sith thought to gain power by raiding the temple. They didn't find the relics they sought. Instead, they awoke an ancient Sith Lord, Lord Kalig, and their expedition plunged into madness.
What was this expedition? How many people were lost?
At least 100. Several Sith, slaves, soldiers, experts. All stupid. Because Lord Kalig died by ambush, I believe he awakened unaware of his own death, and his expectations became reality for those around him. His power overwhelmed all inside the temple, and even now the workers plot wars against each other, believing themselves Sith Lords, and drawing terrible power from Kalig himself.
I'm quickly losing interest.
You are lucky I have no other to turn to in this dark time. There are still more ancient Sith Lords whose spirits lay dormant in the temple. If the ancient Sith Lords are woken by the violence within, they could overrun Dromund Kaas.
I was just thinking of getting off this planet.
If the other ancients awake and escape, there will be nowhere in the galaxy safe from their wrath. I have studied all of the burial chambers within. Each was made with the same ancient design, one we can exploit. If you fuse the 500-kilogram hinges on each tomb door, even a violent assault should not be able to wake the ancients.
I don't see why I should bother.
There is nobody else. Imagine the glory, being the one who prevented the Emperor's greatest enemies from rising. The team I sent in earlier was using a massive metal torch, effective but slow, I'm afraid. They did not make it far. The torch must be recovered, and the doors of the ancients sealed.
Hello, stranger. My internal chronometer tells me it has been exactly 963 years since this hologram was made. Have the Sith truly lived in fear of me for so long?
I guess that would depend on who you are and who you ask.
A careful answer. But you certainly don't need to fear me. This image is all that remains of Kelethur. Like so many before me, I challenged the Emperor and was buried in this temple. Fortunately, I had just enough time to make this, an interactive image that would transmit my secrets to whomever was bold enough to find my tomb and unlock it.
Tell it to someone who gives a damn.
You should. Your whole society has been misled. The way of the Sith lies in channeling the Force through the use of powerful emotions. Fear is the chief of these. The Sith feed on palpable dread.
I love the taste of fear. What's the secret then?
It's a lie. Fear is a lie. Passion, a lie.
There'd better be a point to this.
As I discovered, no great knowledge comes without great patience. Fear gives temporary power, and passion is easily manipulated. Real strength in the Force comes when one is no longer afraid. And one can purge fear when one stops grasping after power, after things, after life itself, and allows the Force to guide him. There is only the Force.
You are an imbecile.
My peers obviously did not think so. They considered my teachings dangerous. What I learned only lives on through this image and its device. Yet I am one with the Force, eternal and at peace. Take them. Take my teachings to the Sith. They will find power there, but a different kind. Not of darkness, but light.
The world must know what you've learned.
The Sith should know fear is not the only way. As for me, my message is concluded. I will now depart.
You're back. I hope you sealed the chambers of the ancients, Kelethur's chamber especially. I'm terrified to think what would happen if Kelethur and his crazed ideas were to re-emerge.
I think his secrets are worth examining.
What? What's this? How could you? No, I want no part of this. Please, destroy it. Bury it. Steal it away.
We can learn something from this, and become powerful.
Clearly you don't understand. Throughout history, the light has endeavored to destroy the darkness. The Emperor was right to murder Kelethor for his heresy. Peace, serenity, words for the stifling of the very emotions that drive us.
Wouldn't it be wise to learn the teachings of our enemy?
No, that's not... Wait. Yes, I think I understand your reasoning. Fine. I will take the teachings of Kelethor and study them so that the darkness may prevail over the light. Now, please leave. The temple is safe, and I must take these teachings back to my chambers and make sure they're secure.
Enter and hear me. You mustn't kneel. I would gain no satisfaction from it. So, you've finally found our hidden temple. It's long since time. The followers of the Dark Path battle my forces, and your cruelty is needed.
A Sith is honor-bound to serve.
Good. Then we shall begin. I am the Dark Lord Farshal. I oversaw this temple's construction, and I have ruled the jungle ever since. Now you will serve me.
You're not making any sense. The Dark Temple was built centuries ago.
You are confused. I remember clearing the jungle and laying each stone, and I am no immortal. Now do as I require, and the riches of the temple will be yours. The teachings of the Dark Path lured my apprentice Anyara away, but I will have her back. You will retrieve her from the temple depths.
How can anyone survive in the temple?
Whatever do you mean? Many live within the temple. It is our only sanctuary on this abominable world.
If your apprentice betrayed you, she should die.
If she refuses to come back, you may kill her. But she is valuable to me. I do not know how my rivals reached my apprentice, but I know where she went. The Dark Path hides near here. Kill the followers of the Dark Path. Fight your way to their altar, and Anyara must confront you. Do this, or be punished by my power.
I don't believe you have any power.
Doubt no longer. Witness a demonstration of my strength. Now you have seen the power of a Dark Lord of the Sith. Now we are finished.
Your might is impressive. You may be Sith, but something's very strange here.
The followers of the Dark Path are not far. Go, and I will await you.
Stay back! I don't know you. You aren't of the Dark Path. She whispers to me, tells me to go back to Lord Farshal, that I belong to Farshal, but it's wrong. Something's wrong.
You're coming with me.
Where are we going? Outside. I remember, there is a city outside. I was someone else. Before I came to the temple, I was powerful, I was Sith. But she keeps saying I'm an apprentice. Just an apprentice. And I hate her. But my hate isn't making me strong enough.
A true Sith's hatred gives infinite power.
Yes, I do hate her. I do. She says she's Anyara. She says we serve Farshal. She says there's no city out there, just jungle. Tell me who's right. Am I the temple apprentice Anyara, or is she lying? Is the city outside real?
Kaas City is real. It's where you're from. This temple is all wrong.
I knew it! Curse her! She's still in my head, but she's my enemy, and I am Sith. I can defeat her. I will.
I see you're still crazy.
No. I'm struggling, but I'm also remembering. It takes concentration. I came from Kaas City, like you. But the temple makes people think strange things, remember being different people. I'm not an apprentice. That workman, he isn't Lord Farshal. But we thought we were. We played the roles. We even had the power.
How could that be?
There's a power in the temple, and I can feel it. Beyond that, I don't know. I don't know how long my mind will stay my own, so I need to leave here now.
Flee, but remember that you owe me your life.
I know, and I curse you for it because I've nothing to repay you with. I suggest you leave the temple quickly, before thoughts enter your head too.
My spies tell me you found the Dark Path, and it seems you survived their fury. Did you find Anyara? Did you see my apprentice there?
Anyara's not your apprentice. None of this is what you believe.
She is determined to remain with the Dark Path, then. How disappointing. Still, you struck a blow at my rivals, and the Dark Path will not move against me soon. You may leave with your life. Take this reward, a token in acknowledgement of your efforts, and go.
The outcome was most unfortunate.
Do not try my patience. Go from here now.